Hey everybody, welcome back to Dress to Quest. This is a wonderful episode 36. And we've got some new things happening, some things changing around here, but I want to make sure that we give a quick shout out to our wonderful Barbarian. This is her last episode for a little while. She's got to step away and do some things in life. But be um, hold on. Oh no. Why do I hear an echo? Is that somebody else? Okay. Anyway, I'm losing it apparently. Sorry about that. Um, yeah, so we've got our Barbarian stepping it away, but we're picking up a new player, and you're going to see more of them soon. But we're going to keep that a little bit of concealed of what's happening and who they're playing until they show up. But real quick, we're just going to go around the circle, let you know who they are, who they're playing tonight, and our special guest. Just give a hint by a name only, please. So we'll start with Alix.
Hi, I'm Alix. I'm a D&D addict. Today I will be playing Aerwyna, Dwin, our Stars Druid, Sorcerer.
All right. Space.
Hey guys, I'm Space. Tonight I will be playing Murder Mommy number one, Benji Goldenclaw.
All right. Humphrey.
Hello, I am Humphrey Wendell Wickham. I'll be playing your residential funeral bard, Kelevar Cobblestitch.
Chris.
Evening, everyone. I'm Chris, and I'm playing Ginjack Wonderful, Life Priest of Shantae.
And our special guest.
Hi, I'm Kate / Fish Daddy, and I'll be playing Cookie.
All right. More to find out soon. But as for always, let's roll the tape. All right. So, for those joining back, the Northern Attitudes have journeyed their ways both east and west of Caer Konig, battling Duergar, hags, skeletal giants, beasts, creatures of ice, Goliaths, and so much more. They have found new friends on the way and grown to be known heroes throughout the lands. As they come to the pinnacle of their success after defeating the scourge of the Goliaths known as Arn of the Sky Tower clan, they are presented with a large chest of treasure. As they are ruffling through the treasure, they have noticed that they are hearing some crying coming from the entrance of the chambers, and that is where we're picking up. Now, before we do that, just for our players so that they are aware of what they are finding, they have found in the chest, because let's start this off with a nice beginning. Not only have you found what is called the Horn of the Kings, which is a testament of the four giants that you had already reverenced with earlier. You also have found 3,700 gold pieces, and three strange items: a wand, a cloak, and a set of almost like what you would think glasses. But the lenses are very strange looking. They almost have this sheen to them. So that's what you have found so far as you're ruffling through all of the gold that's either piled off to the side of the chest itself or within the chest itself.
So it's 3,700 gold pieces.
Correct. Horn of the Kings, an unidentified wand, unidentified cloak, and unidentified set of lenses.
Glasses. I have I have necklace of sly thoughts and a
Okay.
rock that enables magic stone on itself listed amongst the magic items too.
Okay.
But those haven't been assigned to anyone. Just an FYI.
Okay. So I'm going to ask the players before we continue. Would we like to figure out what these items are first, or would you like to just find out what the crying is about? We'll start with
I'm gonna investigate the crime.
Okay.
Yeah, crying seems a little bit more pressing.
All right.
I have a question.
Sure.
Does it sound like a child is crying or an adult is crying? Or someone that's not a child?
Someone who's not a child, yes.
Then Benji will go straight for the money.
All right. So as Benji starts to fill her pockets with the gold, Aerwyna and Ginjack, Kelevar, are you with the money or are you heading with the crew?
I'm trying on the glasses.
Okay. Awesome. So as you try on the glasses, you feel a shimmer kind of come across them, and it feels like your vision improved tremendously as you put them on.
Huh, I'll be damned. My prescription.
We'll see what else happens with those in a minute. You two, as you notice a young woman who you've seen many times coming down the steps as Pavia meets you at the bottom stair. She's sobbing profusely. She says, "We were ambushed. They got us before we even knew what happened."
Oh, we were wondering where you were. Are you hurt? Are you all right?
I'm fine, but the others are not. I ran because I didn't have a choice. And
Oh, I just realized something. I can't do a darn thing for you.
Ouch.
Not until I get some sleep anyway. We're all in very rough shape here, Pavia. But Aerwyna, can you help him in any way?
Just a moment, because evidently my forge locked me out while I was logged in. I think Aerwyna is going to try and first get her to breathe regularly. Because you can't heal if you're not breathing correctly. That's for sure.
It's not me.
Oh, it's
the
not
others.
you. Okay.
Yeah, it's the Goliaths that were supposed to meet us here.
All right.
They're all dead.
Oh, wait a minute. Aerwyna, remember, hang on, what's her face? Ugly ran away.
Mm-hmm.
Ugly, this is Flavia, right?
Yeah.
Ugly ran away.
Ugly's daughter.
Did you see your mom?
She's dead as well.
Your mom's dead?
They're all dead.
Who killed him?
And she hands you a piece of paper, and it's just a burned on emblem inside the piece of paper. I
look at the emblem.
The same emblem that is on the marking on Benji's hand.
Duergar.
They ambushed us as soon as we were out there. They knew we were coming. They knew we were going to be here. And
what about
What was that?
Sorry, go ahead.
And when my mother ran out in a frantic, they jumped everyone.
So you're telling me the entire Wormtongue clan party was ambushed and slain?
Not the entire. We only brought a small crew with us. Just the party that was here for the ceremony and the ritual.
Did the Duergar kill the Sky Towers as well?
Everyone's dead.
Oh, hold on a minute. Oh wait, we already sent your dad away, right, Aerwyna?
Yeah, he went over to the main encampment.
There's
That's right.
there was a total of 6 total outside of the ones that were already killed.
Well, I'm glad that you're okay. We'll have to get this sorted out.
I just hid. I could hear it, but there were so many of them. I didn't know what to do.
Well, you stay with
Sometimes-
us, and we'll see to it that you get home. Well, we'll see to it that you're safe. Or let me rephrase that. Benji will see to it that you're safe.
And sometimes hiding is how you can best handle that situation.
I know I shouldn't have hid, but
No, you did the right thing.
there were so many of them.
Everyone else is dead and you survived. You did the right thing.
But I'm not ready.
Oh, you needn't worry. We're gonna get this sorted out. We have a axe to grind with those bastards.
I hope you can kill every single last one of them.
We'll see everyone gets what's coming to them, one way or the other.
And then she just kind of just slides down the wall a little bit, just kind of puts her hands around her knees.
I put a hand on her shoulder and I'll say a prayer to the Earth Mother for your lost ones. But for now, if you could, maybe we should get deeper into this area.
Right. And she kind of just scoots along the wall, is still having a hard time almost standing, is the amount of emotion that's just overcoming to her is crippling. While that's happening, though, Benji, like you said, you pull out. The way the chest was built is there was a pedestal on top of it, which had the horn of the kings on it, and then once you slid the chest open, this is where you found the rest of all the gold. Inside that, you have what looks like a very intricate-looking wand with lines that shoot out like fireworks, kind of streaking across the edges of the wand itself. You have a shimmering cloak, and then you have the binoculars or the spectacles that Kelevar is currently wearing.
I kind of look. I take the wand out and I twirl it a little bit, and then I point it at Kelevar, and I'm like, "Can you see this?" And I just put a middle finger up to him, and then I try to do something just to mess with him.
Do you want to fire it off?
Yeah, why not? Sure.
So this so what happens is, as you point it at Kelevar, you watch a burst of multicolored lights shoot out towards you, Kelevar, to the point where it almost goes through you. And for a moment
I made it work.
You're blinded, but that seems to be the only actual effect that it's taken to you.
There would definitely be the I'm like, wait, shoot!
What?
I can't see.
Is it working?
I can't see.
Is it?
It
Why?
did something.
You got those glasses. You got the spectacles on. Why can't you see?
Oh.
So you just
Did I
released
do
the
something?
first charge of 7 of a wand
Oops.
of pyrotechnics.
Heck yeah.
Oh. I don't think this one works. Here, take it. And I throw it at him.
Smacks Kelevar straight in the head as you throw it at him, as he can't see still.
Oh, I think so. Ginjack, I did something. I need help.
Oh,
Help.
There
What
was
have you
just a
done?
string of curse words in Gnomish coming out of his mouth.
I think. Did you?
Oh
kill
no, he's
Kelevar?
gone. It's serious. He's gone native.
Benji, did you kill Kelevar down there?
No, he's still still talking. Put the glasses on, and then he was like, "I can't see." I don't know why he can't see, but
Insight check on Benji, because I know her.
Absolutely.
Oh, also we're coming down with awful news. So
What?
yeah, bad news is coming down.
Yeah, you see Pavia kind of with her hands, like as she's just slowly walking down the stairs behind the two of them. Her head is drooped heavily. You can see the braids falling down over her shoulders. Still,
I see we're all doing a fun bit right now, and I love a fun bit. But right now, let's bring it back in for just a second, so I can tell you all the very bad news. Everybody's dead outside. I'm just gonna rip that band-aid straight off.
What?
Yeah, everybody's dead outside, including Ogly. So things
she
are
ran
pretty
away
bad.
like, what?
Yeah, and
she just ran away like 5 seconds ago.
And evidently straight into a murderous group of little Duergar who showed up, rocked up, killed everybody. So I'd like to make sure that, like, while we're having this moment of levity, that we're also aware that Javi is having a very, very emotionally tough time. So just putting it up. All the cards are on the table now.
I'm checking out Kelevar while Aerwyna is talking, just to make sure he isn't seriously injured.
There's no sign of injury other than what would have maybe to his pride.
Oh, I rolled a 12 on the insight, by the way.
Oh, on
she's lying. I'm not rolling for that. She's lying.
I'm suspicious of Benji.
She tries to walk over with the cloak, even though she doesn't put it on. She tries to drape it over Kelevar. Here, just take a nap. I think wait, hold on. So many things are happening right now.
Yeah. So many
people are dead.
People are dead. Ogly is one of them. Both of the Sky Tower guards that were outside, and the Wormdoom tribe, both dead. Duergar behind it. They had a mark that looked like the one on your hand. It's a whole thing outside. And she's having a really, really emotionally troubling time because her mother just passed. So.
Wow, I reckon we should just collect up everything that's. I suggest we collect everything that's. Oh.
Yeah. We can table magic items for later.
Okay. Well, I feel bad now. Can you fix Kelevar?
I think he's going to be fine. He's shaking it. Can you see? And I hold a finger up in front of Kelevar.
Yeah, you can see now. Still
cursing in Gnomish.
He can see, and he's well. I won't say what he is. He's angry. I was going to suggest that we just gather up everything here and head out, and we'll take. We'll definitely take Flavia with us, and at the very least, we can. It'd be. Flavia says they killed all the Sky Tower Goliaths. Every one of them. And there are a lot of them here. I mean, this is their stronghold. Oh, wait a minute. No, we're not at the stronghold. We're at the meeting area.
You're not in either one of the strongholds.
Forget it. Never mind I said anything. The strongholds are fine. Let's head home. Or at the very least, can we escort Flavia back to Wormtongue en route on our way home?
Yeah, we can.
And I have a way that we can expedite our travel a bit if you would just wait for 10 minutes.
Okay.
So our travel through the snow will be much quicker.
Okay.
I will ritual cast. I'm going to ritual cast water walking.
Okay.
It's not listed because it's ritual cast. I don't have to have it.
How long does that last?
One moment, please.
While that's happening, you kind of start to gather up all the things, as much as you can hold for each of you.
It's a 1 hour duration, but I can Ritual
recast
cast
it every 10 minutes, or after the hour, wait 10 minutes to recast it. Got it.
Let's
And
also. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say it works on snow, and it means we won't sink into snow. We can just walk on top of it.
Awesome.
Thanks for the idea, Aerwyna.
You're welcome. My mother used to cast the spell all the time. I don't have the magical potency yet to do it myself. Aerwyna wants to go over to Oakley's body because we might not be able to take everything with us, and she's going to try and find a token of honor to bring back to the tribe.
Okay. Are you doing this while Ginjack is casting, or are you waiting until everybody is ready to go?
Yeah, she'll do that while everybody's kind of getting ready to go.
Okay. So that is outside of the trials completely, is where that's at. So you're stepping away from the group. Just a heads up.
Okay, well, she'll peek out. Actually, Aerwyna is just gonna rock out because she's still at like full health.
Okay.
She's gonna check first, and then if there's no sign of danger, she's gonna head out.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Because some things are more important than safety. Perception. Nope, it's perfectly fine out here, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. There's definitely no monsters out here.
Man, I wish I had something planned, but I don't. So just fine, because this is enough of a traumatic moment as it is. As you walk out to the through the southern gate, you can see what was left. Bodies aren't just dead. We have a massacre of Goliath here. 6 different Goliaths standing with multiple cuts from different pieces of the body. Specifically though, Ogilai's body was actually like maimed, not just cut. You can see it seems like some creatures were also attacking her at the same time. Very similar to the markings that you dealt with when you battled the assassin just a few days ago. And what you do notice though is that she as well has carved in the side in her back the same logo or the same marking that Benji has branded to her. Only it is much larger, and she has used her entire back in order to do so. But everyone out there is dead. The goats are dead, and the griffins are both dead. So they slaughtered everything. You can look for the necklace that she wears for the Worm Doom. You can look for the sash that she wore that Arn told you he needed in order to, accept her forgiveness.
She'll take both.
Okay.
Because both will be fairly light to carry. She just has like a moment of silence out there. And almost that like she has come quiet. It's eerily quiet. It's still in her heart. There is like a moment of recognition though, that she is standing amongst a massacre that she couldn't have imagined like almost a month ago. And that she feels like she can actually do something about it. She can't fix what's already broken, but maybe we can stop it from spreading.
And as you kind of take that moment in of just silence, but with your resolve the way it is right now, you kind of hear this whisper in the wind that says, "Yes, you can."
And she answers back to the wind in the language of breezes, of calm summer days. She answers back, "I know I can."
Okay. And you just feel that breeze kind of whip around you for a moment and then just push out towards the east, or towards the west. While that's happening, the rest of you are gathering things. Pavia is still in a heavy amount of turmoil as you're walking her out with the cast of water walking, carrying as much as you can absolutely handle, and maybe a little bit more. As you all are full of gold and full of items from the chest. And you can see as you walk out from the chamber that all four of the chairs are empty. The reverent feel that you saw of each one of the giants' spirits is no longer there, and it is quiet when you walk out. And you see, the last thing you see is Aerwyna standing there, almost just with pride and focus. As she stands there, and you see a shimmer of bluish purple kind of whip around her as you're walking towards her. And the massacre.
Nod to Benji and sorry.
No,
I nod to Benji and Kelevar, and I say, "Oh, she's glowing again."
Yeah. How long has she been doing that? Ever since we came back, right?
Oh, she glows for all the sorts of reasons. I still remember back in the tavern when she started doing that.
Yeah. You know what?
It's purple this time, though.
That's
Aerwyna, whenever you're ready to go.
Do you want to come over here and say like a nice thing, like a funeral thing over here for all these nice folks?
I was going to do it on the fly. I reckon maybe it's a good idea for us to get out of here quickly, but
Oh, okay.
thanks for... I can say a quick word or two.
Okay.
So I do. I say a quick prayer over them.
Kelevar, I know as you being a funeral bard, is there anything you would like to do additionally to this, or do you feel obligated to do anything based on this situation?
Depending on how much time we have, I suppose he'll try and just grab like quick little things off of each body that he can for later.
Little tokens, beads, things like that. Things that the clan would represent them. That works. So yeah, quick snatches for beads and necklaces, things like that. I would say a weapon or two, but the weapons are too big for you, so that's not going to work.
A good idea to bring more stuff back, because then it looks like we didn't murder everybody if we're being honorable about it.
Well, I think the clearest indication of that is, and I point at Flavia, we're bringing her back.
Yeah, you never know though. People be weird sometimes. I have a feeling the Sky Towers are going to be a little upset at us.
Oh, we're not going there.
We're not going there.
Yeah, we can always mail Orin's head back to them, and they can bury him how they want to.
I mean,
Actually,
I guess we could.
Are you taking Orin's head?
Yeah. I was gonna put it up on the wall in the tavern, but I thought it might not mesh well.
I don't
with the decor.
We hadn't really talked about
I know we didn't talk about it.
Design.
I wasn't gonna ask. I was just gonna do it.
I'm not gonna say no.
Uh-huh.
But I don't
But
know.
I'm gonna say yes.
Maybe can we make him like into an artful bottle opener, please? Like make it kind of like a part
Absolutely
of the
not. No.
Okay.
I actually kind of thought of a new game called pin the head on damn, I lost it. I'm working on it, okay?
Okay.
But you'll see.
Okay.
We're gonna throw sharp darts at his head, and anybody that gets the eye holes, they win a free drink.
That's gonna be really hard to sustain. Is my only note is like eventually he's gonna decay and get really filled with holes. So like if we get like a couple darts in the eyes, then how are we gonna like? Are we gonna put new ones in? I need to know.
I cannot believe
I didn't think that far.
I cannot believe that you're discussing this. I really can't.
I'll send the head back. All
So
right.
I'm gonna
I'll send
choose
it back.
to. I'm just gonna choose to ignore it and assure you that if you put that head on the wall of the tavern, it's not gonna stay there.
Sure. Okay. If you say so.
Yeah.
And Benji has the head like under her like she's holding it under one arm and she's looking around for his sword. Or did the sword disappear as well?
His sword was just a great sword. Yeah, I mean it's laying around inside the next to his body.
I already have one of those. All right. I guess we can go.
I mean, if his gauntlet's still somewhere around, you should probably grab that too. But
Oh, that disappeared.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh, right.
Ginjack
got
would let
all
me keep it
melted.
anyway. I already
Right. I was
tried to
busy
murder.
crying behind a chair. Right.
Oh,
I'd let
Are
you
you
keep it, Benji, after you let me pour holy water on it. And if it's still
Sure.
around, you can have it.
And who hasn't cried behind a chair on occasion, or at least wanted to? I can say I've definitely wanted to cry behind chairs.
Anyway,
No.
so Kelevar remembers that he has Ogilai's cloak from before the fight, so he's going to go ahead and give that to Flava and go, "It just seems right. It goes back to you. It's a little big for me."
Oh, Aerwyna wants to check out that cloak.
Awkwardly pats them on the thigh and go, "That's rough, buddy," and just quickly darts off.
You can see she just kind of holds it close to her. She doesn't put it on, but she's keeping it close to her.
Aerwyna wants to check out that other cloak.
The other one?
Yeah, the
Okay.
one that we got in the box.
Oh, I have it wrapped up in Aaron's head is wrapped in it. So if you
that's
want, I
fine.
will. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll unwrap it.
Here,
Here you
I'll give you
go.
my other cloak. Here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll take it and I'll wrap it back up.
I'm gonna have to prestidigitate this, and she actually does. She'll use prestidigitation as she like unfurls the gross brain covered disembodied
funny
head
enough,
cloak.
when you unfurl it, it's as if this thing has never been stained before.
Oh, even better. And then she'll try it on just to find out what it does.
Okay. You immediately feel almost as if it's heavier. And as you start to move it around, it starts to shape to your body to a point when it needs to. So as it floats and furls, it kind of starts to shape towards your arms or your chest as you're wrapping it around. It is a cloak of protection +1.
Ooh,
Pretty cool.
So,
pretty cool.
and we'll say during the journey, which takes you about, with the water walking, we're going to shorten it down a little bit. It's still going to take you a few hours to get back to the Worm Doom. Is just because you have water walking doesn't mean that you have to not deal with all the extra snow and wind and all that fun stuff. But it takes you a few hours before you return back to the edges of the Worm Doom clan, or the Worm Doom crag in the wall. During that time, though, you are going to find that the items that you had picked up, one is a wand of pyrotechnics, one is a cloak of protection, and the other is an eye. It's called Eyes of Minute Seeing.
Ooh.
What that allows you to do is it gives you dark vision for 1 minute, and you get advantage on investigation checks when looking at something through those glasses.
The duration on the dark vision is what?
1 minute. So quick bursts, and you can use it. You can use it once a day.
Aerwyna is happy to share the cloak of protection, if somebody else wants it, because she has her magic shield and her necklace too. Okay, you know, you do tend to get hit an awful lot.
You think?
How are your ribs feeling after all those hits, man?
I don't know. Not very well is all I gotta say.
We'll get you some tea once we're back at it. place where we can make tea or something, just to.
Is that fine with Benji and Humphrey if I take the cloak?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Oh, Kelevar, sorry. Apologize. Benji, is it all right if I take the cloak?
Yeah. I'm also sorry I pushed you so hard you almost flew into the fire. I
That was
didn't
you?
push you as No, that was Orin, and I stepped in between the two of you. That's why you didn't go so far.
Oh, all right. Insight
Yeah.
check on Benji.
Yeah, go for it. And you can get advantage on that
Benji
one.
walks away. Benji walks away.
So as this journey continues through, it gives you moments
15.
to reminisce about what has happened, comfort Pravia as you're heading back to her clan's dwellings. Check out these items that you found, count your gold, whatever it is you need to do throughout this trip. But for you, Benji, there's a longing of acceptance that kind of starts to dwell on you through this. A moment that you spoke to Ogilai, and she stated that if she did pass, that you would have to protect Pavia and the clans. How is that making you feel right now, as you're on that final trek, knowing that this could be a parting spot for you?
I think Benji goes back to when the party first formed and Snark was with them, and when he suddenly died, how she felt like she wasn't enough then. She feels like she's not enough now. And she wants to separate herself from Ginjack and Aerwyna, her last two original party members, to kind of keep them safe. But also she wants to see them grow and thrive and succeed in this world. Two people that don't know much about the world, not like she does. She wants to see them be better than she could ever be. And then she turns to Flovia, and she knows that she's bound by duty to her mother to protect her, and she's going to do that with her life. The same way she's done it for her friends, the same way she's done it for her children, the kobolds, everyone that she meets, she puts her life on the line for. And she's going to do that for Flovia.
Is there any moments during this journey back that you would like to speak to her?
To Flovia. Yeah, I will kind of fall back, and I like to check on her, see where she is mentally.
She stopped crying after for about the last hour. It felt like there's just no more tears left. She's got a vice grip on the cloak itself, as her head just kind of looks up every once in a while just to make sure that she's still even on the right track forward. And the last time you see her kind of look up to check, you've started to step backwards and slow down your pace to meet up with her. She just gives you this completely sobbing facial expression of just sorrow, but you can just see, like, if there were tears, they would continue to come, but they just don't anymore. She's given everything of herself to this sorrow, and she just looks at you.
I would like to pull her into a hug and kind of wipe at her cheeks.
Okay, You can feel they've frosted over a little bit, so you can feel the crustedness of the ice below her cheeks. And she just bends inward to you and rests her head on your chest. Just, I thought we had it. I thought everything was going to be the way we had planned. She wasn't supposed to die. And she's just repeating these words underneath her breath as she's just enjoying this embrace or taking in this embrace.
In this moment, I think Benji thinks back to her own kids, because this is like, this is someone's child and they're hurting. And I think the mom in her wants to comfort Flavia, but the warrior in her wants revenge for her as well. So I think she kind of pushes down the warrior side of herself. Listen, I'm like the last person you should probably be talking to. I'm so bad at words, but I'm gonna try. No, your mother was not supposed to die today. But I want you to know, even in that fight, she never gave up. She fought with every ounce of, I don't know, being in her. She surprised me. And I'm very hard to surprise sometimes. Your mother was a great woman. And she tasked me with protecting you as you grow into your purpose. So I'm going to tell you like this. Whatever you need me to do, whether it be hunt down the Durgar, I don't know, train you further, I don't know. Whatever you need me to do, I'm here for you. And I'm not going to leave your side.
A moment of just a pause happens for a moment there as she looks up at you. I want to be trained. I want to make my mother proud. And I want to kill that bastard.
And that's what we'll do.
Okay.
Okay. And I kind of just squeeze her tightly.
She returns instead of being in the embrace, she actually brings her arms around you as well, as she wraps you in a hug as well, and the return. And after that, she holds her head a little higher.
I want to lean over and whisper, and I have an arsenal of weapons, so you can have you can choose which one you want to train with.
Well, if you're staying, why not all of them?
I think Benji takes a step back. She just like clutches it. Oh my God. Yeah, I like you. And she's going to let her hold her great axe, the one that she stole off of somebody she killed. And it's all, and then like she's gonna coach her through on how to build the weapons as they're walking. Mm-hmm. Maybe not swing, but kind of let her get a feel of how heavy these weapons are. So I think that's what she'll be doing in the time being during their travel.
And you can see as a Goliath, any of the weapons that are handed to her, you explain how heavy they are, and they feel lighter to her as she just wields them with. She doesn't know how to accurately wield them, but you can see that she can hold them with no issue.
And then I point to her. I said, "You want to see something funny? Aerwyna, come here. I need you to test something for me. Here, hold this." And I give her the great axe.
Oh yeah, as the weight of the great axe is handed over to Aerwyna. Surprisingly enough, as you would have expected originally, her to just collapse with the great axe, she pushes it down, but you can see something has changed. She's able to wield it a little differently.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hi.
Have you been playing a rock game?
No. Do you want this back? Why did you hand this to me?
Actually, no, I kind of like it. Wait, hold it a little bit higher.
It's a struggle.
All right, I'll take it back. All right,
thank
come on.
you.
Kelevar, you want to try? I chase him. I chase him with that.
Oh, you know what we haven't done? You know what we haven't done in a while? A snowman chase. That'll lighten the mood. Aerwyna just full on Elsa's up a snowman, and then Shape of Water makes it like slowly chase after Kelevar.
I can imagine almost with like the face of like Pac-Man and just waka 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 coming
it's a whole waka waka Olaf. It's really disturbing.
Excellent. As the last hour this is happening, it is enough to at least brighten the mood of Privia, as you guys start to see the edges of the ribcage where the Wormdoom clan, where the Wormdoom crag kind of starts to develop. You hear a horn blow as somebody from within the camp had already spotted you on the way there, and you are met out by 3 other of the clan, along with Castle, who seems to be almost. It seems like whatever ailment had affected her is she's starting to wear off. It's starting to wear off, but it has taken her. It has exhausted her for days. And the excitement of the 3 that see you starts until they realize it's just you. And they immediately run to Privia. What happened? Where is everyone?
It's a little bit of a mixed bag. Arn was defeated.
I'll hold his head up.
Yeah, so that's good news.
Good news.
The chieftains of your people have been appeased, because he did a lot of awful things, and it really colored the whole interaction. This is a him problem, not us. And but in the other hand, it is unfortunately just us who made it back. Evidently, during the fight, there was a second fight outside in which the Dwoigar overpowered the entire contingent of both Sky Towers and Wormdung alike. This is why we must unite, you guys. You cannot stand as strong separately, because the things that we're now facing, you can barely face together.
And they look to Privia, and one of them brings out a writ, a piece of parchment. And it's a written letter from Olagai to Privia. And in it states she had accepted her fate. She knew that she wasn't returning. No matter how it was going, how she knew she wasn't returning. But that everything was hers, including the symbol to reunite both clans. And in it states that the clan will be placed in a guardianship with Pravia, an elder, and Benji until Pravia is of age and can accept her right as chieftain. And at this moment, as this is being read kind of slightly out loud by the elder to Pravia, you all get a sense that Benji's not coming with you. And I will let you deal with that as you'd like.
I start feeling a sense of unmaking, and a tear rolls down my cheek, and check myself, and I see, I feel momentarily that I'm fraying around the edges, and then I look at Benji and remind myself, okay, Benji's staying here, but I'm Ginjack, I'm Ginjack, I'm Ginjack, and then life will go on. And then I say, well, crap. Well, I'm going to miss you, Benji.
Come on, it's not forever. It's just until she's of age. And I look to
But I'm like
Sophia.
dead before that.
How? You're not going to be dead. Okay, don't say that.
Yeah, but
If anybody's going to kill you, it's going to be me, okay? We're going to go at each other. Let's be real. You're going to try to kill me, but Ginjack. I know.
that really wasn't something I'd ever considered, because I don't think I could, for one.
Turn.
I wouldn't put up a fight.
I mean, we do squabble, but murder never entered my mind. Anyhow, I will miss you.
And I give Ginjack a hug, and I just whisper, please just do me one favor while I'm not here.
I'm not putting
Please stop walking into dumb situations.
All right, I'll do that.
All right. And I just give him a hug, and I give him a kiss on the forehead.
Well, I'm glad that you're going to be having a wonderful opportunity here. And I hope that Caer Konig can still call you friends, even though you probably shouldn't run for speaker anymore, or Castle shouldn't. By the way, we were going to do a little bit of a run around where we were going to use the kobolds to sway the vote, where you could be speaker. It was going to be a whole thing. So we're going to have to now use those. We're going to have to now use those powers for good in a different direction. But I hope we can at least call you friend, if not ally.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, if you ever need me, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna be there.
I know. And also, can we not kidnap my dad anymore? Can we just make sure that doesn't continue to happen?
Oh, okay. I understand. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, he's not, he can't play rock, so he's not really someone I would want to kidnap anyway.
Okay, good.
So, and I give Aerwyna a hug as well. Aww. And I'm like, please don't let Ginjack walk into bad situations, okay? I need somebody to be safe.
I will do my very best, because he keeps getting hit.
He does, and I don't like it. And I think Benji is gonna lean into Aerwyna and whisper, just make me proud.
I'll do my best, because I feel like I don't generally make you proud, but I'll do my best in that endeavor.
That is so not true. I don't know why you would think that. It's not like I've ever said it.
Useless.
Have I said that?
Yeah.
I thought that was I didn't know I was speaking out loud.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that was your outside
It was
voice
supposed to be an inside
several
thought.
times.
I get them confused so much.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll do
Like,
my best.
did I tell Kelevar that his singing was bad? Yeah, like a couple hours ago.
I think
I
that may
did,
have
right?
also. Yeah, that was also an outside voice. I was gonna help you with that, but then it passed. And luckily, he was being chased by a snowman, so I don't know if he heard it over the sounds of his own screaming.
Yeah, he does that a lot, and he cries a lot too. It's very unnerving for me.
He's very emotional. He's got a lot to work through.
One of the Goliaths is like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's standing right there and he can hear everything y'all are saying.
Yeah.
I'm just focusing on keeping it together. And I'm actually not listening to her or them.
And I kind of just get down. Once I finish with Aerwyna, I kind of just get down on my knees. And I'm just like, come here. To Kelevar. Come.
Oh, he flinches.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you nicely one more time. Please come here.
Just very cautiously, like little dagger right there in his belt. Like, yes.
Oh please, that isn't. You can try. You can try to stab me. And I think Benji she gets on all fours like when she starts to she starts to rage a little bit, so her eyes start flickering from brown to blue and white, and she smiles and her canines come down.
He panics, goes, "Oh hell no, not again!"
And I jump. I want to jump and like attack him,
pounce
like
on
a
him?
dog. Yeah, I'm gonna pounce on him.
And are you actually raging?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, give me an
Why not?
Give me an athletics check with
I cannot roll right now, but I have a 7 plus 7.
Okay. So we will say for the purpose of this that you got a 12. So 12 plus 7, that's a 19. So Kelevar, I need you to roll an acrobatics or an athletics that's over a 19.
Also 19.
So it's not perfect. This is not Benji doesn't like pounce on you, but she does get close enough to get a hold of you.
He's just gonna full on scream, "She's gonna eat me!"
I mean, I can see why you would think that.
I knew it! I knew I was a snack this entire time! Ah!
Sure. And I think Benji gives him a hug, like a one-arm hug, so she's not crushing him.
Yeah. As she picks you up with this one-armed hug, as your feet are dangling in the air. There is that moment of realizing that this is all out of goodness of her heart.
I'm still afeared, but I'll chill out a little.
You should be. And I put him down. I'm gonna enjoy seeing you again. And I kind of step back so that I'm standing behind Flovia.
Okay, and you feel a comforting hand touch your shoulder as Castle is standing behind you, her arm kind of wrapped slightly over your left shoulder, her head placed on your back of your head. She just very nicely, very calmly whispers, "I've missed you."
Oh, I wasn't gonna cry, but now you're gonna make me cry. All right. All right, you guys go. I can't let you see me cry. Let's get out of here.
And you hear a rumble from within the worm doom as two additional Goliaths bring a dozen people from Caer Koenig out. Well fed, taken care of. Dad is within the pack. I figure at this point they would like to go home too.
Buddy, back home. As she like looks at how many people there are, looks at her dad and goes, "This is gonna be a long trip back."
It won't be so bad once we get a
Yeah.
proper rest, I think.
We're gonna have to keep them alive, though.
I have something for that.
Okay.
And I do. And I'll walk over besides the water walk. Split 4 ways, 3,700 works out to 925 each, Benji.
Put that in. Thanks, Ginjack. I love you so much. You know that?
Well, I wasn't gonna just walk off without giving you your fair share.
I appreciate it.
That's
I'm gonna miss you
925.
guys.
I miss my murdered mommies already.
Stop! Don't cry. You're gonna make me cry.
As the moment comes to this closure here before you all head out, you hear a slew of hoof prints or hoofs coming towards you as 6 oversized mountain goats from the Worm Doom are presented with riders on them. Each can hold about 4 people. And as a thank you, and I know our chieftain would believe this as well, we'll make sure you get home safely.
Oh, blessings of the earth, mother upon you. This will work out really well. Thank you so much for the goats.
And each one of them has a rider, a very trained rider on them and warrior, as they start to load up large, groups of people onto each one. As you all are split into six of the goats, and they stated, "Well, we'll be back in a few days. The clan's in your hands right now." And he looks at both Benji and he looks at Pavia. And they start to ride back towards Caer Koenig with all of the townsfolk and the 3 of you on it. And this is where we're going to take our break as we give a goodbye to Benji for the evening, and we will see her soon, hopefully, as things get a little easier in life. But it has been a blessing. The last 35 episodes have been absolutely wonderful having you here, Benji, and I just want to make sure that you know that from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
You have been such a fun player to be with, to have.
Thank you. I've had so much fun playing with you guys, and now I'm actually gonna cry. So,
well, at that note, we'll see you guys back in 10 minutes.
Everybody, start your crying.
And we're back. As you're tuning in right now, our murder mommy Benji had to step away as her and Castle were going to continue their travels, helping out the Goliath clans as the Worm Doom and the Sky Tower are reunited over time. But our entire crew is on their track back by massive mountain goats supplied by the Worm Doom clan towards the town of Caer Konig. But we're going to step back for a moment while this is happening and find out what's going on in Caer Konig. So for those that have been watching for a while now, know that at one point a group of kobolds had been released from a demiplane and with Aerwyna and Benji's help returned to Caer Konig while they had to continue their journey towards the Goliaths. This has not been the easiest of things to deal with, as kobolds are curious creatures and need places to stay and things to eat and people to bother, best way to put it. As a group of them, as well as our new friend, have gained most access to the hook, line, and sinker, the large tavern that Aerwyna and the party have claimed as their own after the passing of the original innkeeper. And with the help of Trovis and some of the other people around town, they've placed these kobolds to work as needed, but not without proper food, proper shelter, all the wonderful things that are needed for a cold place like Caer Konig. Cookie, what do you do on a normal daily basis in Caer Konig?
Well, Cookie work in the bar. Cookie work at the bar. Cookie feed the puppy dogs. Puppy dogs are real. They're really big puppy dogs, but Cookie like puppy dogs. But Cookie noticing a big disparaging thing amongst like the land creatures, the upper dwellers, that they don't have a good sense of community. And, kobolds, we live in like big caverns of 300 to 500, and we're all very close knit. And like these bipedals, they isolate themselves and they drink away their problems. So Cookie trying to figure out how to bring a community together. So people, humans and the gnomes and the elves, they start relying on each other and generally just building a happier community.
As you, mostly you've taken over as kind of almost like a foreman for the tavern, making sure that the ale is flowing, the supplies are coming back and forth from the towns as of right now, and you notice that Trovis, the Dragonborn speaker, is always in there. It seems he has gotten back to his original ways, and he is drinking heavily once again. The speaker's house is still fortified heavily, as the Goliaths did a number of damage to the town itself, and you can see him just head on the bar, half drowsy, just every once in a while, just sipping a drink. I think I'll have another.
Cookie gonna come up from the bottom of the bar and just kind of climb up on top and be like, Travis, this is your ninth one today and it's not even noon. You okay?
It's just long. We've lost so many people over the last few weeks. The Dorgar, the Goliaths. I feel like I'm just not making it anymore.
Well, have you taken appropriate amount of time for yourself to grieve?
I'm hoping the party returns and we don't have to grieve.
But the thing is that even without death, it's natural to grieve sometimes when things aren't going okay.
Well, that's why I come in here. Have all your friends and you helping out around the town. It's at least been a little bit of light in this dark area.
have you started working on like an economic upturn for everybody? Have you started making a plan?
I haven't. No, I probably should. In all honesty, maybe I just. Oh, maybe I'll head back to the house and see if I can figure out something of what we can make for things to bring the economy up.
Well, Cookie, listen. If Cookie can say anything, is that you should definitely focus on sewage and water first. Because you don't, with the uptick in more people, you definitely want to, like, keep the poop water separated from the clean drinking water. Cookie just suggests, Cookie just putting out there. Cookie care.
You do care, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I've got some
Here,
thinking. I've got some thinking
for
to
the
do.
road.
Oh,
Cookie's
of
gonna
course.
put like
Thank
a ginger drink on the thing where it's gonna feel like the burn of alcohol, but really it's just for like good digestion.
you. As Trovis doesn't pay attention, just grabs the drink and starts sipping on it as he stumbles out of the tavern, almost accidentally like stepping on another one of the kobolds that's scurrying by, trying to go take care of another patron. He walks out, and about that time, you can see a few of the other people of Caer Konig have started to rebuild. The houses are getting boarded back up. The walls are getting rebuilt, and the homes are starting to look like a home again. Even the shack that Aerwyna and her father had lived in is kind of been restructured and pieced together back to its normality. It's not the greatest, but it's home. And the other the fishermen's their homes have also started to be rebuilt. But what's new is as Trovis is stumbling back to the house, is the three of you ride up along with a dozen of the people missing from Caer Konig on these massive mountain goats. And this can be heard throughout the town as these goats are not quiet in any way, shape, or form. As people start to walk out of towns, they start dropping their tools. They look over to see what the commotion is, and you three arrive back at Caer Konig in a rebuilding phase of Caer Konig.
I think there's a moment where Aerwyna, who's probably kind of towards the front of the goat train anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Because she's used to having to do survival checks to make sure we don't die along the way.
Absolutely.
I think there's that feeling of when you come back home to your hometown, where she notices that even though it's rebuilding and regrowing, it seems small in the grand scheme of things. And she'd always known it had been a small town in a very big world, but she's starting to see more of that world. And it's just that kind of feeling where you almost feel too big for the role that you were once in. She remembers being this terrified little tavern serving girl with her, serving platter shield and nothing but a spoon, and her sheer determination when they first left. All those weeks ago.
Weeks.
Is it
months.
a month?
Actually, it's been months at this point.
Yeah. And now she's coming back with at least a really cool shield made out of what looks like ice. She still has the spoon though, but she feels bigger in herself, even though she's still wielding a spoon like it's something of importance.
So, returning home feels different. It doesn't feel exactly like home. You're right. You have outgrown your mentality that you thought you were destined for. And something is different about it that you can't really put a thumb on just yet. But what you can see, and the rest of you can as well, is a mixture of the people of Caer Konig and kobolds rebuilding. A community is being built, slow, and somewhat unorthodoxly as kobolds scurry and clamber around throughout the snow. Um, but you can see that most of the kobolds have taken refuge inside the hook, line, and sinker.
I mean, that's a good place for them, I think. Um, we also need to check in because we did have the mice looking for the good booze in the walls. Um, uh, do we want to stop by Trovis's house first, or do we want to check in at our inn? I'm sure with all these goats, they'll figure out where we are very quickly.
I reckon maybe we'll see about getting all of these people settled. At the very least, get your dad home because they've been prisoners for goodness knows how long.
You,
Or I'll just ask him, does anyone need any help getting home?
and some people will ask for assistance, but for the most part, you see them as they jump down as they're being taken off the goats, helped down. They kind of head directly to where they're at. It looks
Their
like
families.
most of their families, and you can see those wonderful embraces that are happening as doors are being knocked on and families are reuniting. Um, for such a cold place, this feels extremely warm right now.
Ah, village life. I love it. Uh,
I'm glad you do.
I don't know what it is. It's just I know cities are, well, whatever. We can talk later. I turn to the Goliaths and I bow to them and I say, thank you so much for bringing us home, bringing everyone home. We appreciate it. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no hard feelings because you
Well,
did kidnap them. Ah,
Yeah, that really does help.
yeah, well, we have to atone for our brethren as we need to. But we'll be united one day, and I think your friend and our now chieftain are the right people for it.
safe travels to you. May the Earth Mother watch over you. And or actually, that's kind of a. You want to stay for a bit? Have a rest, have a pint.
Yeah, we got a whole tavern right over here. You can like get a drink, then
Oh,
head
I
back.
mean, we'll stay for a few hours, maybe. But
Okay.
just to
There you go.
let the goats rest, and the six
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
We have a bard. Not that our singing, we had any problems with music before, but this enhances things somewhat. I say nervously, looking at
She is going to hit Ginjack upside the head with a spoon. Because
Damn
she
it.
knows in her heart of hearts, she knows that's what Benji would want her to do at this moment is to just whack him a little bit upside the
Do
head.
violence to Ginjack.
A little violence, a polite amount of violence.
Kelevar, you mind coming over to the tavern and doing some singing once we're all sorted?
You're muted, Kelevar. Who silenced you?
Blind and silent,
Yeah.
poor fellow.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Well, what do you want to do, Aerwyna? You want to go to Trovis's or check the tavern first?
I assume that he's probably there already. Or he'll show up once all the goats and Goliaths show up. I'm gonna guess he'll figure it out.
It's a small town, and news is going to spread pretty quickly that we're back.
Yeah, it's all good. We sometimes we have to be a little bit harder to get, right? We want them to come to us a little bit because otherwise we look too eager, right?
Speaking of too eager, in the window of the tavern, you're gonna see that Cookie like up against the window,
The hell is that?
like staring out, like
Oh, it's a
watching,
kobold.
and then like immediately running away to just start filling up flagons of mead and beer and setting it on tables and like, oh, we're gonna have a big dinner rush tonight. It's gonna be crazy.
As I'll say for each of you, as you see Cookie plastered against the wall, what does Cookie look like?
Cookie small, cookie little, Cookie only about maybe 2 feet tall, maybe on her tippy toes. Uh, and she's bright orange, kind of like feathery raptor vibes, but with like teal accents everywhere. But Cookie really small and got a really big tail, but she's pretty small for a kobold, but that's probably because she's only 4 years old. But kobolds grow up really fast.
It's not that, well, we're familiar with the kobolds. We're just not familiar with
Yeah.
such a small and brightly colored one
Right.
pressed against
Yeah.
the window of the tavern.
Oh, good. The kobolds made it.
Well, yeah.
I'm just glad that some people are able to rescue themselves. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful turn of events.
I had did we get a long rest during our journey?
Yeah, I would say you guys would have a long rest. You
'Cause I
probably
can
actually
create-
took. I'm gonna state just because of the moments that were happening, that it wouldn't have just been a day that it would have taken you at Worm Doom. You guys would have taken days to get ready, prepared, things like that. Say your goodbyes at a much slower pace, and then head home.
Okay, because this is what I packed. In the create food and water.
Okay.
And that's for up to, that's
Ooh.
45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water I can do every day.
Ginjack, can you make 45 pounds of chocolate cake?
I could, but I'm not going to. That is very bad for you.
I wasn't thinking just for me. I was thinking like a return cake.
All right, I can do that.
It's
Yes.
a celebration, okay?
All right, I'll make 45 pounds of chocolate cake.
All
But
right.
it's always water.
As you walk into the tavern, there's Cookie along with about a dozen kobolds scurrying around, dropping flagons of ale and beer on tables as they're walking in, trying to, and you're starting to position yourselves. Some of the other people from Kerkoning are coming in to say thank you, and they're grabbing an ale as they're walking in. An interesting story that at the beginning of the show is that the Hook, Line, and Sinker was known for the first ale just being for free, and there's that rumor immediately spreading again as ale's just laying on tables as the hook has been drawn.
I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think we should just have a party? Like, should we just have a party?
Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to a new addition to the Hook, Line, and Sinker. May I introduce the great and wonderful Kelevar, the bard. I'm not going to say funeral bard. And I will be going to the kitchen to prepare a chocolate cake to celebrate this our return. Aerwyna, take over, please. And I head to the. Do I see Cookie at this point? Conspire?
Yeah, so what you're gonna see is kind of standing up on the bar itself, trying to keep like listening in on things. I don't know, I'm gonna let you kind of play this out, Cookie, but how do you feel when it feels like this was your bar and now they're coming in and stating it's their bar?
I mean, listen, in Kobold society, everybody owns everything. So this is the first good news Cookie's heard all month. You know, it's good to know that there are other people that work here, because we kobolds have been doing it all by ourselves. Somebody was supposed to feed these dogs, but like I'm assuming that this is Puppy Dog Mom, like they're coming home. So it's like, oh, puppies, Mommy's home.
As you say that, you hear just the ruffle of footsteps coming out from the kitchen as both Scruff and Candle just completely just consume you both, one at each of you.
Yeah.
Puppies.
So many pets.
Oh,
Oh, Kelevar, by the way, we have dogs.
I will. Can I try animal handling?
Yeah.
And I'll do it with I'll send a word to the goddess for some help.
Okay.
24.
Oh,
heck
yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Kelevar,
Able to-
I know you're small, Kelevar, like me, but if you just point at them with one finger, they don't like that, and they'll keep from jumping on you.
Oh my
Good
goodness,
to
you're
know.
tiny. Who are you, little person?
I'm
Uh,
Cookie.
you are Cookie, and you appear to be in charge.
I mean, Cookie may have had a higher upbringing, whatever. No, Cookie just like to help. Cookie good at helping.
We do like our helpers here.
So, interesting enough, kobolds normally can't speak common. For some reason, this one can.
Ooh.
Well, that's rather convenient. That's probably why we noticed you, Cookie, because you speak of the language. That's very handy.
Yeah.
Begging your pardon, I'm going to go to the kitchen because I have been commanded by Her Majesty to produce some sweets. Begging your pardon. I head to the kitchen.
Yes.
All right. Well, in there's Smokey the kobold. Just do this, and Smokey will move right out of the way.
Well, I don't mind an assistant. I'm usually one doing the cooking here, but
Oh
they
no, there's a reason Smokey stays in the back.
why does Smokey stay in the back?
Smokey's rude and has a cloaca issue.
Oh, I see. Okay. Did you say cloaca issue?
Yeah.
Do I even know what that is? Nature?
It's the OG of holes.
Oh, can I get it?
Aerwyna doesn't know what it is, but she figured out real quick because she knows reptiles and birds.
Oh, I know what it is, but I'm not sure if
Yeah.
Ginjack understands cloacas. Is it a nature roll, James? Or
Yeah, we'll do a nature roll.
oh, I lean over and I whisper to Aerwyna.
What?
I mean, listen, once everybody's really drunk, it's a great party game. Is it a cloaca or is it a rose?
It's with birds and reptiles, everything's
Yeah, I know that. I just didn't know the word for it, but I figured it
Oh,
out.
all right. Well, yeah, that's the word, apparently. The fancy word. Castle would know if she was here.
Yeah.
And apparently kobolds are very familiar with that word. I'm going to the kitchen.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
As you walk
So I'm
through
going to go to the kitchen and perform. Sorry, I'll perform the ritual I'll careful. No, it's not ritual. Actually, it has to be a spell. And I'll summon food and drink in the form of a chocolate cake. Can I do that?
Yeah.
But I'll use my cooking skill to design the cake as well.
Okay.
Can I do?
Yeah, give me a cooking roll.
That's
Be your tool.
That would be survival, right? Because we don't have a cooking. All right. And I'll do. I'll say, oh God, please let this work because 20. Oh gosh.
You and those above 20s today. Woo!
Figures.
Figures when we don't. When we're just.
I can't roll over a 10 for a spell concentration. So I'll be busy doing that.
Okay, as you do, you walk in. You see two kobolds. One, they're both a little less colorful looking than Cookie. Kind of dulled colors. One is sitting, kind of leaning in a drawer, kind of like leaning out and just kind of scooping stuff, playing around with whatever ingredient it is that they're messing around with. The other one is scurrying around the table, trying to clean up, make things a little tidier. They just kind of both look at you really wide-eyed.
Oh, you all remember me. We're the ones who escorted you here. I'm Ginjack Wonderful. And I'm normally the person that does the kitchen work while Aerwyna runs the rest of the place. Although Cookie's been doing a fine job, it looks like, keeping this place organized. Anyhow, well, I'm going to make a cake. By the power of the goddess, I call forth chocolate. You might want to back away from there. Chocolate, eggs, flour. And I start.
As you do so, the kobolds kind of scurry to the edges of the wall and just kind of hold there for a second as this giant cake just appears. While that's happening, the Goliaths have taken their seats, relaxing. Some of the people of Caercone have already walked in, just giving the common courtesies of seeing people back in the town. You even wander, see some faces that you haven't seen in a while. A tennis from the Frozen Far Expeditions wanders in, as well as, and I'm blanking on the name, but I know her name. I can't find it. The other tavern that's being owned, the one that you had. Where's my
The Northern Light.
Yes, and I'm trying to remember her name, and my brain's. I have it. It's just my notes are from a year ago almost. Where is that? But yeah, as you're appearing there, you start to see everyone gathering. Celebration and excitement is definitely starting to appear as you all take a moment of respite to take over your tavern. At this point,
I think Aerwyna goes into the role of like party hostess. It is like she isn't just for once in her life she's not bussing tables when in a tavern out of like nervousness or like serving drinks because she doesn't know what to do with her hands or sit still. She's actually like interacting and like being present without having something else to do.
and this is the first time in a while that none of you have a secondary mission at this moment. This is your time to relax for a day or however long you'd like to take, or that will allow you to take. The world will allow you to take, rather.
I'll yell out from the. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, James. You had
Nope,
something
you're
else.
good.
I call out from the kitchen. We're going to need a hand.
Oh no, we don't have anyone strong anymore.
But we have numbers.
Yeah, you'll see Cookie talking Draconic to like a whole bunch of little kobolds, and they'll all go with their arms up to carry a cake out, like 6 of them all carrying it out.
Yeah.
As presented,
It's
they
like
slide the cake onto the kobold train as they're as they realize that the cake is bigger than even 6 of them. More just start piling in until they're like, okay, we're good, and then they all start to scurry out of the door. This massive chocolate cake starts to trail its way. If you weren't paying attention, it almost looks like it's floating, but it's just a bunch of kobolds underneath it, just slowly walking it out. And they place it up on a large table. With the help of one of the Goliaths, it looks like watches this thing scurry over and just goes, oh, there we go. 2 hands just picks it up from him.
This is a study in contrast, a room with Goliaths and kobolds and gnomes.
Yeah, we have a gnome. What are you doing right now, Kelevar? As everybody has kind of taken their place in this tavern, as if they've lived here for years, they've all know their place. What's yours?
A little overwhelmed at the moment, just because so much happening all at once, and him being effectively voluntold to just perform. He's like, yeah. But also hearing Ginjack referring to Aerwyna as Your Highness, he's very confused by that. And we'll just kind of timidly walk up to him like, I am so sorry, Your Highness? Right? Have you been royalty this whole time?
think so.
Okay then. Well, if I could ask you, like, is there anywhere in town to like send messages, letters, packages, that sort of thing?
You mean like a post office?
Yeah.
No. We kind
Okay.
of rely on like when people like caravans are coming through to like maybe get mail to places. Um, so no, we don't have that here. This is why small towns are the freaking worst.
But you did say there was a mailbag of sorts.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We always do.
All right. All right. I just got a couple of things I need to send out before we strike out
Okay.
after tonight or days. Anyway,
Yeah.
so then he'll just kind of find a corner ish, the closest thing to a stage, or at least a very large barrel to stand
Oh,
on.
there's a stage.
Oh, it's a
like
massive.
This,
It's a large
Yeah.
tavern.
yeah, it's yeah, there's a whole stage. And feel free to use it. Because God knows no one else is right now.
At which point he'll get himself all settled and set up, and he's not gonna like full on sing to begin with, but he is gonna play like an acoustic version of Pink Pony Club.
Oh yes. Aerwyna will sing with that because that song slaps. And she also has dreams of leaving Tennessee. Icy Tennessee.
So for those, and we'll swap to the map for a moment. For those that have not been around in a while, this is the hook, line, and sinker. After it was rebuilt, this giant hole right here is where the hole was repaired. There is also now a large hole in that has been there's a large not only hole but a large trapdoor that's been placed over here as the kobolds have begun to dig.
Oh, good. We're gonna have some really bad infrastructure and foundational issues, but that's fine.
Oh, I think they'll do a good job. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
don't
good at
worry.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, because listen, you're gonna be the first place in the city that has it, but we're working on underfloor heating.
Ooh.
Yeah, you
Okay.
stoke the furnaces underneath, and it heats the floor, so it makes the whole place really warm.
Sidebar. What do we think about a speakeasy inside of the bar? Like, as like a little gimmick.
Why would we need that? No, booze is not illegal.
No. See, that it's like a little treat, and then we charge more for the drinks that are specialty in the speakeasy.
You could hire some people to be police, and then have people get arrested as a surcharge.
Yeah, it's actually like a whole dinner theater kind of thing. Like, we just have to dream big. We got a very blank campus.
I retreat to the kitchen. Shaking my head, shaking my peasant head, and
Aerwyna wants to cast Speak with Animals and find her mice that were looking for the good shit in the tavern.
Okay, I'll let you do that.
Okay. Tell me, my mice spies.
Yeah, let's
What
do it.
do your mice? What? She'll cast it as a ritual.
Okay,
I think
that's fine. I mean, we're not planning on doing anything that's gonna need your spell casting tonight. So just roll me an animal handling on that one,
Okay.
and add your arcane proficiency and not your normal, your arcane arcane trait stat.
Okay. That's gonna be 16 to find my mice with the good booze.
So you do find the mouse that you usually have placed a thimble on top of his head so that he can you know which one it is. He takes you down over to the far right inside. Underneath the table, there seems to be a loose stone. Now,
she's gonna go in.
what you had expected would be a size of a mouse has now gotten to about 2 feet in diameter, as it takes about 6 stones moved at this point. And you can see that it is completely cleaned out. As
Oh no!
kobolds have already discovered this.
Oh no! It's okay. We'll get more at some point.
Listen, if you just like walk out into the bar room, you'll notice it's all tucked under the bar neatly now. Because
Okay.
kobolds are nothing if not efficient with money.
Aerwyna is going to abuse her privileges of being part owner of the tavern, and she's going to pour herself a triple shot because it's
Alright.
been a long adventure.
As the night goes on, this is just a night of relaxation, celebration, renewal, and
Can I do a story?
absolutely.
I'll wait till there's a break and when Kelevar wants to take a break. And actually, I'll go up to the stage and say, well, I wanted to give a blessing on the tavern, Kelevar, when, by your leave, because you're performing.
I'd say after about 2-3 songs, he just kind of goes, "Yep, that's fine, that's fine," as he just kind of flexes his fingers and goes, "Ah, ah, ah."
I hand him a flagon of ale and I say, we want you to go back up, by the way, after that.
Yeah.
I mean, the night is young, and so are you. So I get up on the stage and I say, I'd like to tell a story.
Yeah!
A story from the Church of Shantea, of which I'm a priest, as you all know. Back in the day, way down south on the Tetherian Peninsula near the ghost-haunted city-state of Velen, our tale will unfold with yet another adventure in the life of Chance Merritt, paladin of the Earth Mother Shantea. One day she was riding her trusty war mule Jasper along the northern coastal road on her way to Velen when she heard a loud screech from a nearby cove. Brandishing her trusty holy pitchfork, Chance urged her majestic war mule into a battle trot to see what's for and give aid if needed to them what needed it. In the cove, Chance spied a strange sight. A scaly fella was stomping its webbed feet on a beach while warbling loudly at a water geonasi who was waving around a torn fishing net. And I continue the story for 10 minutes. And then when it's over, and then I finish up. And having taught the two how to play rock, paper, scissors, Chance had averted bloodshed very neatly. The Geonosi fishermen and the Locata resolved their argument, and parted as friends. So the moral of this is every foe you meet is just a potential friend. Blessings of the goddess Shantea be upon you all. And I'll do myself, Aerwyna, Kelevar, and Cookie,
Okay.
and 2 of the Goliaths.
Okay. The 2 leads
And-
will say.
And that will be temporary hit points that last until they're used.
Okay.
I believe it's 8.
I think it's 8.
Yeah. So each of you get 8 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
And you see an assortment of claps, cheers, and hollers between the Goliaths, the people of Carconig, and the Kobolds, as everyone enjoys a good story from Ginjack.
Oh, can I roll for performance as well? Or should
Sure.
I?
Also, I would like to say all the kobolds are now playing rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
It's getting really competitive.
Arena's
I'll
taking bets now on the side. She's being a bookie over here.
I'm gonna put a little juice on it.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So I didn't do that well. Well, my luck failed. It was a 10 for the performance.
I will say the performance, you're tired. You've been working out, you've been working long days, and it still caught attention, but more so, I think the rock paper scissors caught attention more than the
Right.
moral of the story. As kobolds have, the entire bottom half of the bar has now turned into, like if you walk into a bar and you have like a nerd nerd night and like magic cards, but this isn't magic cards. This is just rock paper scissors tournaments between kobolds.
Right. The Roshan
Uh,
going to their heart's content. Okay.
as they've taken over the bottom half of the bar. Just now, I will say though, because the performance was not up up to normal, it has occupied the kobolds. So now you have a bunch of workers that were normally cleaning up and taking care of things around the bar. They are now all occupied playing rock paper scissors.
I'll just grab a beer and a piece of chocolate cake and see if I can find an empty chair because
Sure.
I'm tired, obviously.
Yeah, you sit down, and this is a wonderful moment where Goliath, people of Caer Konig, yourselves, they're all kind of mingled. So you have a Goliath sitting with two people from Caer Konig, and you have two Goliaths sitting there with you, and there's some randoms that it's like Goliath, Kobold, and a person. Like it's very unique, but people are having a good time and relaxing.
I think with Aerwyna getting a triple shot of the good booze, and
Oh yeah, what's
feeling...
your Constitution?
Oh, it's okay. It's a 16. Like she's not
Okay.
a lightweight.
Yeah,
She grew up
she
around
grew up
the
around the
tavern.
bar. I got it.
I think there is like a moment though of like that like heady joy that kind of comes with a party and then over imbibing. And I think if Kelevar is still like not wanting to do very much on the stage, there's like a moment where she like looks over at a name on the wall, Heron, and she just goes up by herself. And she will actually, for the first time in years, perform at Hook, Line, and Sinker.
All right.
And she'll just start singing because she's drunk
All right.
and dealing with her trauma.
So let's roll a performance check and let's see how good this is.
Okay, we're gonna put some Star Stank on it.
Yeah, of course.
Because why not? It's a 27.
Yeah. What mood are you trying to invoke in people within the Hook, Line, and Sinker? Because
I
you
think
have
she-
everyone enamored.
I think that it's like this rebellious joy. Like the world is so dark and dreary, and she just launches into a song of just having a feeling that nobody can take from you. And she does sing "Nothing You Can Take," with that like body country feel, and like she gets people's like feet tapping. Everyone who like can like get into it does, and it's just like this feeling of being that light in this endless darkness.
Like you've got tables being slid back. You've got an entire area that is now being taken as a dance floor. You have 3 lines of kobolds trying to, square dance. It's a sight to be seen. Like I'm telling you, if anybody was watching from the outside in, they would definitely see something that they've never seen before. Goliath's clapping from while standing. You can see that they enjoy music, but their enjoyment of music is much more calm than the rest of the crew. But the
I think there
kobolds and the
are a
people
couple.
both out.
I think there are a few calls while she's performing of just like, come on, shake those hips, come on, lean into it.
And you'll get random like steps and claps, but like they're not getting up and
It's
they're
okay.
not moving around.
It's okay.
Like almost to the point where like you walk over to one and like pull his hand and he's like, I guess so. He gets
Yeah.
up for like 2 seconds and then as soon as you let go, he goes right back down to his chair. But yeah, no, it is a time of celebration, and for a moment there, the 3 of you or the 2 of you, as Kelevar was not around at the time, you get a sense that somebody's watching. Not a bad thing, but
I know it is. It's the goddess. I'm fine.
and in the back of your minds, you remember one phrase: "We don't steal from bad people or from good people."
Oh, I go look up on the mantle and see if Snart's there,
He is. Well,
and I'll go to the bar and grab a shot and put it next to him.
and that giggle that he gives off every once in a while when he's happy or drunk, kind of just catches into the back of your minds for a moment, as the hook, line, and sinker is wildly busy late into the evening. Not something that Cookie's even seen in a while, as this place usually empties out pretty quickly. And we'll say this goes on for a few more hours until late into the night. Now, for those that don't know, Icewind Dale is always night, but this you can feel is long into the evening.
Mhm.
To the point where everyone closes up. The Goliaths say their thank yous, say their farewells, knowing they can ride just as well at any time of the day. They saddle back up, and while all the others of Kerkoning start to bed down, they ride off. And before we close for the evening tonight, it's the four of you sitting at a table. And I'm going to let each one of you have your choice of what you'd like to say before we close down for the night. We'll start with, we'll start with Kelevar.
Probably after everything is said and done, he'll be like, well, I'll admit, I never thought I'd get out of prison, let alone this far, so thanks. I probably would be dead in a snowdrift by now. We'll see what tomorrow brings, but for now I've got a couple letters to write, so you all have a good night, and he'll find somewhere to crash.
Okay. We'll go with Cookie.
Cookie just happy to have other people around. You know, Cookie gonna be asking all kinds of questions. Some poignant, some not so poignant. Like, it's very scatterbrained. Like, Cookie makes a lot of weird, good points. Like, all of a sudden, it always throws people off. But it's because most of the time, Cookie's just like, so what do you think about having blonde hair? What, how come like a coconut falls faster than a feather? But then we'll also be like, what happened to Benji? Are you doing okay?
Benji is off helping people the best way Benji knows how.
Ah, kicking ass!
Yeah.
Yeah! Ah, Benji great. Cookie like Benji.
I think we all did.
Did you place? I was gonna say, Cookie. Did you build something for your Queen of the Kobolds?
Oh yeah. So Queen I put it in the ice area back in the back. But hold on. Also, can Cookie stay?
Yeah, of course. Why would Cookie
Okay.
not be allowed to stay?
You're already
Well,
here.
yeah, but I figured, that the person that you guys left running it was just they were doing a bad job, and so Cookie kind of just took it up. But I know you guys own the bar, but like, can Cookie
Well,
stay? Cookie be
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, Cookie is good. We did tell you guys to come here, so you're doing fabulous.
Okay, and Cookie gonna waddle to the back and then like scrounge around and come back with this big statue made out of butter. And it's gonna be Benji in her feral form and like a big axe and just like swinging it mid like and be like, this cookie made for Benji.
Yeah, we
Well,
can put that that somewhere.
It's made of, is that butter?
Yeah.
Maybe outside, because if we put it in here,
Yeah. No, that Cookie been storing it out back in a big snowdrift. It's Cookie
yeah.
snowdrift. It's if you look at it, it's like an igloo.
I'll reach out
And
and I'll run a
and
finger on it.
Slightly salted.
Yep.
Also
Very nicely done, Cookie.
Oh, thank you. Also, yeah. So we've been digging down below. We've been kind of making you guys a root cellar.
Ooh.
And because we're really good at digging and making holes and but we've been making sure that we do it properly by people standards. And we've been putting boards and stuff down instead of just digging it out of the rock ourselves. And we're making some underfloor heating, and we've added some sewage plumbing in there. Did you guys know that your poop and your poop water and your good water are very close together? It's concerning. That's how you get dysentery.
Oh my god, my dad would die of dysentery very quickly.
Your dad almost
Number
dies of
one
anything.
If you don't like your dad, that's a quick solution.
No, well, I mean, right now I'm a little vexed at him because he keeps trying to die, but I don't think letting him die is gonna solve that problem.
Okay, so don't tell him about the dysentery poop water.
Yeah, he'll immediately think he has it.
Okay, but yeah, Cookie just gonna be asking weird pointed questions and just filling in with too much information for the night. That's what's gonna happen.
All right. Aerwyna, is there anything last you would like to do for the evening?
I think Aerwyna is just gonna kind of be processing her entire life over the last couple months.
It's
and
been a long one.
how far she's come. Because when Kelevar said he never thought he'd get out of prison, she's like, I didn't think I'd ever leave Caer Konig. Because until recently, she hadn't. By both her own decision and kind of what felt like a cruel, cruel fate. But she's just bussing it down, answering Cookie's questions, kind of finding that new resolve in herself to keep growing and keep going.
And last but not least, Ginjack.
Two things.
Hmm?
One, I know we didn't discuss it, Aerwyna, but I was still hoping you'd think about it. I just want a little corner of the tavern that I could turn into a temple or a shrine at least.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that. I was thinking of a garden in the back too.
Great minds think
a
garden.
whole farm, a whole farm to table situation, which is going to be really interesting with all the snow. But the plants of Icewind Dale have been dealing with frost for centuries, so I think we'll figure it out.
That'll be glorious. And we need to start talking about the dragon.
The dragon? Aerwyna has forgotten the dragon.
Everyone has forgotten about that.
That one! The mechanical dragon. Yes.
Yes.
That one. That mechanical dragon. I'm glad we remembered which dragon, because there were multiple dragons. I'll be honest. I was like, which one?
Oh no, the great big, I'm assuming Duergar constructed dragon that tore its way.
Yeah, we need to take that out of the sky very quickly.
It wasn't flying, was it? It was flying?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna need to figure something out about that.
I imagined it like a kaiju just stomping along. But I guess it's a kaiju like Mothra. All right.
It flew across Icewind Dale and was heading towards the town of Bremen, which is on the far
there goes
western
Bremen
side.
There goes Bremen. I knew them well. Now they're burning in hell.
You know what? Though they are now out of the bracket for Ice Chase. So, maybe Caer Konig can take it again this year. Who knows? It's one less on the bracket.
But I reckon maybe we could sleep on it and then tomorrow start doing something about the dragon.
Yeah.
Cookie, you want to go dragon hunting?
Cookie like dragons.
I don't think you'll like this one. He's
Giant
not actually
mechanical duergar.
Yeah, he's not actually a dragon. He's a poser.
Oh, disappointment, dragon. Ah!
I call out. I guess Kelevar's already gone, right? I say, Kelevar, you're coming.
You've just been conscripted, even though you have no idea yet.
Yeah, according to Ginjack, I'm the queen of Icewind Dale now, so you have to come.
Oh,
Wherever
how long we
Kelevar
can play
is,
after
there's
that.
just this deep internal scream occurring.
And with that, we will do the final thing of the night, which is to find out where the dragon heads next. It's been a few episodes since he's last terrorized the town. We're going to find out where he goes next. So, Cookie being our guest player for the evening. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need you to roll me a d12, please.
You got it. Four.
4. All right. I think we'll play it that way. That sounds like more fun. With a 4, for those that are in the town, the dragon, after completely destroying the small town of Bremen, realizing that everything is completely to waste, lifts those massive mechanical wings back up and lifts into the sky, heading towards a town much closer to you, as it is on its path to East Haven. And that's where we'll find out what happens next. Thank you all for coming to episode 36 of Dress to Quest. Thank you, Kate, for joining us. You can take off the mask if you'd like to, if you want to breathe, as I know it is a bit. This has been such a fun journey. It is sad to see Benji go, but it is also exciting to see new friends join us, as we have a kobold and a bard, both new friends that we'll continue to tell stories with, and a dragon that seems to be just gallivanting across Icewind Dale. But for each their own. Really quick, we're going to go around in a circle, let people tell us who they are, where they can find you, and anything cool happening on your end for the week. We'll end it with Chris as he shows off whatever artwork he's created tonight, because it's always great. And we'll go from there. We're going to start off, just so we can get that shout out there. We're going to start with our guest tonight, Cookie.
Hi! I played Cookie this evening. I'm Kate, also known as Children of Proteus or Fish Daddy. I make comic books about fish people, hence the name Fish Daddy. But you can catch me on my own Twitch channel, Children of Proteus, where I'm usually working on comic books. But also I play TTRPGs with the Grouch Couch every Friday. And you can catch me there. That's actually where Cookie is from. And we brought her over after our lovely friend here guested on our stream 2 weeks ago, last week.
Last week.
When was
Last week.
Yeah, last week. So yeah, so we kind of did a tradesies. It's been a lot of fun, but yeah, this week, if for any reason you're in the vicinity of Texas, I will be flying back to the United States, and I will be at a convention called Yellow City Comic-Con in Amarillo, Texas. And a whole bunch of our Twitch community is going to be there. We're calling it TwitchCon for poor people.
There you go. I love it. I need to token that one too, because there's a couple conventions like that for me. But yeah, thank you very much. Go check out the Grouch Couch. They're a wonderful crew of people that are also very supportive of the TTRPG community. Check out Kate's comic books and her Twitch channel as well. And let's roll this over to Kelevar.
Hello, I am Humphrey Wickham across the board. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I've got nothing new in the plans right now, just trying to get back into my own personal creative groove. Otherwise, it's just me here every other Monday, looking pretty.
And you do a wonderful job at it. Keep coming, please. We love having your bard with us. It's been such a great time. To our originals, Alix.
All right. Well, you know where to find me on TikTok, which is my main social media. And I also have a Threads, which is where all the unhinged thoughts go to die. I have actually started writing a bit more. So there's actually now little bits of OC written content being slowly released, as I have a character that's eating my brain. So be ready for a lot of sad Regency style poetry that nobody asked for, but you're getting anyway because it's what's for dinner. And then there should be I got a Sunday project coming up. I don't know when our start date is going to be for that officially, but I will be playing a spirits bard out in the wild west of Eberron for that. So it'll be on every other Sunday, I believe. So I will have more details as more details become available.
Sounds great. And Chris.
Hi everyone, I'm Chris. I don't really have much in terms of a presence online, but here's my drawing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's so good.
So fluffy.
The game session, and I did a little kobold first, and then after I saw that magnificent headdress, I
went to town on that. I can't wait to see that character come to life in artwork.
And also cleaning a cup.
And cleaning a cup.
Like a fine tavern keeper.
Very fine tavern keeper. Let's just give a quick shout out to Chris. This is technically image 51 that will be coming out. He has been doing this for a long time with us, and it is a joy every week to be able to show these off to. So when we're doing the Be Right Backs, the startings, and the ending screens, keep an eye out because it's telling the story of what has happened up to this point in different forms. If you want to give it back to us, really the easiest way to do is to like, follow, and share the content on both Instagram and here on Twitch and YouTube. We're not trying to make a ton of money off of this. We just love telling stories, but any help definitely is much appreciated. For me, you can find me every week here on at least on Wednesday nights, and then every other Monday with this. And then starting here very soon, we're going to be dropping our new show in the world of Middle Earth as we play, as we dive into the realm of Moria with a new group of players and in a new system completely. Oh goodness, thank you, Cookie. I appreciate that.
Money laundering.
We really appreciate it, and we really appreciate everybody that came out for the night to not only send off our barbarian, but to bring on our new friends as we continue this crazy story in Icewind Dale. Hopefully it gets warmer one of these days. We'll find out. But until then, come check us out this week on Wednesday for Tavern Talks at 9 o'clock. Hopefully we'll see you there. Have a good night. Stick around as we raid. Because I forget to say that every time.